Hello, Steve Spangenberg, home-based business success, pro MLM, anti MLM, whatever you want to call it. I'm going to do one of these reaction videos because I've never done a reaction video, but I have been following this Always Marco guy, as you can see right here, and he has put a video up called "The Dark Truth About Robert Kiyosaki." Let's listen to this.
A human being.
One of the most sinister plots ever played upon the human populace was the paycheck. I bet you didn't know that Robert Kiyosaki owes the success of his book writing career to Amway.
April of 1997.
Okay, so Robert Kiyosaki owes his book success to Amway. That makes sense. I know a guy named Charlie Tremendous Jones who was a book publisher, wrote a lot of books, and he put a lot of his books through Amway. I met him when I was in Amway. Nothing wrong with that. There's business people in Amway, and if you want to sell a business book, doesn't it make sense to sell it to business people? My book, Money Does Grow on Trees, I sold it to multi-level marketing people. Hello. I wasn't a big fish and could get into Amway, but hey, is there anything wrong with that? Is that dark? Let's look for something dark here.
I printed 1,000 copies of this book. After about 3 months, I still had 1,000.
He's telling his story about how he got involved and found somebody. Basically, I'll shortcut it. He found a guy that was in Amway, was in a higher up position in Amway, and he bought a bunch of his books from a car wash. Yeah? So, okay, here we go. See what Marco has to say about this.
I went, oh, I got it, And ladies and gentlemen, that's how this book got started. So I'm here to say thank you all very much.
So, if we take Robert Kiyosaki at his word, the book was struggling to sell until this Amway diamond, Bill Galvin, bought 12 copies from this car wash, at which point Robert Kiyosaki realized there was a market to sell his books to Amway people. One thing leads to another, and Robert Kiyosaki goes on Oprah.
What do the rich teach them?
Okay, is this so dark? Robert Kiyosaki realized there's a market. Just like I realized there was a market when I started doing taxes. I was doing some home-based business people, some regular people, and then at one point in my career, I realized there was a market called home-based business people. And guess what? I went into that market and sold my services. I'm so dark. I'm so dark. Oh, and then he went on Oprah, just like a lot of people do. I can't make my eyes big like that one girl that's an anti-MLMer. I can't make my eyes big like that. But here we go. Let's see what Marco has to say about that.
The biggest thing, like if you were on Oprah, you were set. And this launched Robert Kiyosaki's whole career.
And so a lot of people want to find their path to financial freedom this way. The problem with this is if they're looking for nice, safe, secure jobs, they're also looking for nice, safe, secure investments. And there aren't any. And that's why they get wiped out. They have this thing called the four.
Okay. He doesn't have much to say about that, but let's see what he has to say about this.
Fit as an Amway distributor of being an employee where you would receive a paycheck, aka you would be paid for your work, and you don't have the benefit of being a business owner because you don't actually own it, and you don't have the benefit of being an investor because you're not.
Okay, so the same old dribble from the anti-MLMers is that you don't own this business. Well, I got news to you. You can be a distributor of a company. That is your business. Your supplier is Amway. Your supplier is Mary Kay. Your supplier is whomever out there, Young Living, doTERRA. But I hate to tell Mr. Marco, that the IRS thinks it's your own business because you report it on your tax return as your own business. Hello? It's the same old dribble. You don't get a steady paycheck. Of course not. Do I get a steady paycheck? No. I have my own business. Do people in Amway get a steady paycheck? No. Do people in Mary Kay get a steady paycheck? No. Can they? Yes. If you work at it. So this is the same old dribble, except for he's trying to make Robert Kiyosaki out to be a bad guy, the dark truth. Okay, so he goes and dribbles on through this whole thing about this and that and the other thing. It just gets old. And let's see what this is his good facial expression here. Let's listen to him.
Did to consistently being paid the amount that you expect to get paid and having benefits and dental care or whatever. One of the most sinister plots ever played upon the human populace was the paycheck. The irony of saying this while promoting what they're calling network marketing, which is really a euphemism for these pyramid selling scams, is such a pure example of doublespeak. If you want to get away with an atrocity, call the atrocity the opposite of what it is. He's calling the paycheck the most sinister plot in human history, when in reality, the thing they're promoting is actually the most sinister plot to scam people out of not.
Okay, well, we're going to leave it at that because he's just dribbling on about the same things. Do people go into Amway or to Mary Kay or to Young Living to get dental benefits and health insurance? No, they buy their own. I buy my own health insurance. Health insurance is a commodity. Dental insurance is a commodity. People make a choice. Nobody puts one of these things up to somebody's head and says, you must join um, Mary Kay. Nobody puts one of those things to your head too and it says you must get a job. So this is my first reaction video and I'm reacting pretty good. But all in all, I think this is a smear to Robert Kiyosaki. I've read Rich Dad Poor Dad. It's a decent book. I pick up some good things from it. It makes sense. It makes sense to those who want it to make sense to them. There are some business books I don't like. Do I get on there and say the dark truth about um, the highly, you know what I'm trying to say, those effective people? Do I say the dark truth about chicken soup for the soul? And I think that's, he skates on the edge. Yes, that's his opinion and everything, but he really skates on the edge of defamation and making it seem like there's some kind of dark truth out there. That's just to get you to watch the whole video so you think, wow, where is it? But guess what? After, what do we got there? 16 minutes of dribble, all you find out that is that he says the same old, same old, same old. So this is Steve. I hope you enjoyed this video. And if you got some value, like and subscribe. Only if you got value. I don't think, if you didn't like it, if you didn't get value, don't like it. Don't subscribe. It's up to you.